What is a life worth living and what makes us human? Transhumanism is proposing that we can be superior by becoming one with technology. I think the path is the opposite. Improving humanity and living longer and all of that, I think, is good within reason. But what is the ultimate destination? We are already seeing the loss of humanity in social media with this aspect of manipulation and fake worlding, as I call it. And now we have synthetic worlds coming up with AI, the Apple headset. I love to play with that stuff, but I have to say it puts the fear into me when I think about that becoming normal. If I can't function without technology, if I can't boot in the morning, so to speak, without connecting to the internet, I would be very worried. We should let technology do all the heavy lifting, solve all of our major problems that are practical, but not create a black box or a super entity that runs our lives or becomes impossible to understand. Is already happening with ChatGPT. We don't know what happens inside. It's not just a question of control, it's also a question of values. I think we need to connect with ourselves and not just with our devices. Not an easy path, because we want the progress, we want the advancement, we want the good stuff, but the bad stuff could be worse than anything we've ever imagined. We are not spending enough resources on alignment, as Stuart Russell calls it, the alignment of what we want and the discussion of who is in charge, mission control for humanity, and on collaboration, because this is a free market and it's a total gold rush right now. It's driven by the military, as it always has been. It's driven by power and by people and companies and states that want this power. And AI isn't the only kingmaker. There's quantum computing, there's nuclear fusion, there's genetic engineering, there's geoengineering, there's synthetic biology. Whoever rules those turfs rules the world. That is something that worries me, how we can collaborate to use it for the good. Just a couple of days ago, I was reading Mark Andreessen's pamphlet on how AI will save the world in defense of AI and AGI, and basically saying, just get off it and let us do what we have to do, because that's how we're going to save the world. And it was appalling. That got me thinking, we're essentially heading for a conflict between the singularity transhumanist and the humanist world, which is, of course, led by Europe in many ways. And there's a huge conflict about who's in charge. It's very hard to talk about we when we talk about the world, but we're going to have to agree on the agenda, because this agenda is the same agenda that we had to solve with nuclear power, nuclear weapons, genetic engineering, the ozone, and we did solve it. If we can't get together on these top-level issues and find at least a bottom line, then it's 20 years we're gone as a species.